Hey team, so I had a request from one of our coaches to kind of go over how to set up Asana. So if you don't remember, Asana is a really great website and tracking tool for tracking your invites, tracking your customers, your coaches. That's so very important because it doesn't take long before you start talking to a lot of people, having a lot of customers, and it's really hard to keep them straight. To remember people, especially if it's people that you don't know or that are friends of friends or whatever. It's really hard to keep that all in your head. So it's very important that you have some sort of tracking system, whether you write it down on paper, in a notebook. Some people are more paper pencil type people. Others like to use technology. I use Asana. So I want to just share my screen here and go over how you could set up Asana just to get started in tracking. And it's also super important because we know that a huge part of the business is following up with people. If you haven't tracked your conversations with them, if they say to contact you, or contact them next month or something, you need to write that down somewhere. So this is a really great place to do that. So I'm just going to share my screen, like I said. So to get to Asana, you just Google Asana. You would create a free account using your email, and then you have to verify your email and type in a password. So once you get all that done and you have your free account, you want to log in. And this is what it'll look like, just your regular dashboard. So the first thing that you want to do to set up your account is you want to add projects. So up here it's telling me, I want to start by adding projects. So when I look down on the side, I don't have any right now. So the projects that I have on mine, what I kind of consider them to be like is kind of like on Evernote, how you have different notebooks. That's kind of what I consider this to be. So my first project I call leads. So this is going to be a project and kind of a notebook where you will track all of your leads. You can add a description if you want. You can also add other people on your team if you want, so that they get notifications and stuff, but for the most part, you shouldn't need to do that. You probably want to keep your account private to yourself. So I'm going to create that project of my leads, and that's going to put it over here on my projects. Another really good project to put is you also really want to keep track of your customers. Your customers are still super important. Yes, they've already signed up with you. Yes, they may have already gotten a challenge pack. But you still need to support them. You can't just sign them up with a challenge pack and then forget about them forever. Being on Shakeology, drinking Shakeology, purchasing new programs, that kind of thing, and supporting people is a really huge part of our business. If you're not doing that, you're going to lose customers. When you lose customers, you lose money, and your business doesn't go in the direction that you want it to. I mean, you're always going to lose customers, but it's important to track them. Remember who your customers are, and remember it's still very important to check in with them once in a while. I would say at least once a month. Ask them how they're doing, working towards their goals, if they need any more support, that kind of thing. So my second project is customers. I'm going to keep that private to me. So now I have leads and customers. My next one is coaches. You also want to track your coaches. And a lot of times people, when they start as leads, they're going to turn into customers or coaches down the road. So I'll show you how you switch that later on. And then the last project that I put is coach prospects. So that is people that are interested in coaching, or people that you have invited to the coaching opportunity. So those are the 4 projects that I have that I track. You can do it however you want, whatever works for you. If you think that you need to add something else that you want to track under there, like invites or something like that, go right ahead. You absolutely can. It's a great program, like I said. But this is what I use it for right now. So I'm going to go to leads, and let's just make up a person here. So what I do is, you can see there's nothing here in my leads. So I'm just going to add a task. And over on the right-hand side, it's going to bring up this little area here. So the first thing I'm going to do is assign this person to me. Now, because I have my husband linked to mine, So if you do sign a spouse account, then I would suggest linking your husband's account or email to this as well, so that they would show up here too. And that way, when you do place somebody or send somebody your husband's link, you'll know that that person was placed under them. So because I use and help run Dave's account, it's important for me to know when I sign a customer up if I sign them under me or if I sign them under Dave. But for now, I just have mine on here, so I'm going to assign that person to me. And now where it says new task, that's where I write their name. So I'm just going to write my name. All right, so that's where I write their name. And then the description. So this is my initial contact with them usually. So I might say, messaged me and was interested in the 21-day fix challenge group. Goal is to tone and build muscle. Okay. Send her more information, or send her promo video. So maybe you sent someone the promo video, right? So now that's kind of my initial description. That's where it left off. And that's what I want to remember about them. So it's really anything you want to remember about them. Maybe that's that you want to put down their email, or maybe it's a phone number, or maybe it's something like that they said about their goals, or maybe they're not interested right now, but they say, contact me in a month, or, for your next group, then you can do that as well. So from now on, this person is here, and anytime I want to go and add to that, I just come down here and I can comment on it anytime, and it's going to track when. So now I'm going to say, decided to sign up, sent challenge pack link. Okay, because I want to, Okay, and when I comment it, now it's going to show me and track, the date and the time that I'm doing all that. So I sent the challenge pack link. Let's say now I'm going to set a reminder for me to check in with her tomorrow, because I want to make sure, or just a reminder for me even to check my back office, see if her order is showing up, or if she did order or not. So you can also set your due date. So I'm going to set it for tomorrow, which is the 20th. That's so helpful, so that when you have a big list of people here, when you set dates that you want to follow up with people, it'll show them all in the right order, and keep it very easy to track. Another really cool feature here is that you can, this little heart here, I use it for marking if somebody has purchased the challenge pack, because as we know, you can only get 2 Success Club points in a lifetime per customer. So if a customer orders a second challenge pack, but you've already gotten 2 Success Club points from them, you will not get 2 more. So it's just something so that you remember, okay, I've already got points from them. It doesn't mean that you're not going to still help them and, encourage them to try new programs or anything like that. But you will not get more Success Club points. So it's just something I do so that it will show up if they have purchased the challenge pack. Another thing that I really like is this little tag button here. So you can create tags. So what I like to do is track my group. So February 15th, 21-day fix group. So since she's going to be in that one, I create a new tag, and it's going to tag her as that. And it's going to show me right here. Maybe she's expressed interest in size before. So I'm going to just type here, oh, she also expressed interest in size, so that it gives me a running kind of idea of, okay, what groups has she been in, what's she interested in, and so you can use that as tags too. I generally use it for when someone's in a group. I create a new tag for that group, and then I just add it to the people who are in there. So there we go. I'm done with her. Now let's just quickly add another task. So I just added a task. I'm going to come over here. I'm going to write Dave wants to do Body Beast. Okay. I'm going to set him to me. Give him a date of a week from now. Let's say that I want to follow up. And I don't have any notes yet because he hasn't gotten back to me. That's just kind of what he told me, right? So now I've got 2 customers listed here. You can see that one's tagged. This one is not. This due date, I want to check in with her tomorrow, but him not until then. So once you get a big list, it's really nice to be able to see and look down the list of, okay, how many people do I have to follow up with these days? And you want to always be adding your new contacts into here, because when you start getting behind, it gets very difficult and very overwhelming to catch up. And you really want to seem knowledgeable and like you remember people when they do contact you. Even if you don't, then at least you can come back here, read your conversation or your notes about them, and you're like, oh, right, okay, I remember that now. But when you don't have that, it makes it a lot harder just to rely on going back and reading the messages that you have had between them. So the other thing I wanted to show you is now, say this customer did end up purchasing her challenge pack. The next day when I checked, it was there. So I'm going to come in now. I'm going to say, okay, make my note, purchased challenge pack, added into challenge group. And now, because she purchased, and make sure you go comment if you want it to add, because she purchased her challenge pack, she's now a customer and no longer a lead, right? So I need to get her to move from my leads to my customers. So what you do is just right here, right above their name, it shows leads. If I click the X, it's going to take that away and say no project. So right now she's not under any project. So I just click here and I start typing in customers, and it's going to bring that up, and I can click it, and it's now moved her to my customers. So she is now in my customer list. If you're adding someone and they're already a customer or a coach, then you want to go into your customer or coach project when you add them. So that is how I set up my Asana with those projects. Like I said, something might work differently for you. And then that's generally how I use it as well for tracking my customers, my coaches, my leads. Like I said, mostly everyone kind of starts out as a lead, and then the more you track it in there too, then the more people you have to go, like even if someone's not interested right now, but you had a bit of a conversation with them, you just don't put a due date there, and they'll still stay on the bottom of your list. So, you know, months later when you're looking for people to invite, you can go back and maybe re-invite those people, see if they're ready yet. If someone like, let's go back to Dave here. Let's say he'd asked about Body Beast, but then he said, nope, no way, don't want to be on Shakeology, or it's too expensive, and he was a complete no. I have a few options. I can just take off the date, and that will just move him to the bottom when I have a big list, and it won't keep him as someone I need to contact, but it will keep him there. Or there's a little circle here, and you can mark him as complete, and when you do that, it gets rid of him, and he's no longer here. But what happens is, what if a few months down the road, he comes back and says, okay, now I am ready and I do want to try it, but you've already marked him as completed. So what I usually do is I just go into the search, and when you type their name, he will show up. He'll just be kind of grayed out. If you click on him, it'll still bring him back up. And if you want to bring that that customer or lead back to life, you just unclick it and it'll bring him right back to where you had him. So it's really simple. When somebody isn't interested, yeah, you can just, or you know, it doesn't go anywhere in the end and you don't want to contact them anymore, that then you just definitely just click it, get rid of them, and you can always bring them back at a later time. All right, so I think that's about it. If you have any questions at all, don't hesitate to send me a message or comment on this video, and I hope it helps. So I'm looking forward to hearing how Asana works for you and how much more organized it helps you to be. Good luck. Bye.